afternoon to all of you. Thank you so much for coming. You are all very welcome to come back to GBS as always as an alumni and as it was as a student before. My name is Jane Sacco and I work at GBS for the past 2 years. I'm in careers for the past 10 years. So I have been advising and supporting students and professionals. And today we are here literally to make sure that you stand out from the crowd, as we would say. And what we want from this is helping you to have your social media settled in a professional way. So the first thing that we really want to make sure that you create a LinkedIn, you understand about using the LinkedIn, the etiquette when you are talking with people on LinkedIn, and make this a tool for you to progress in your career goals, find jobs, find organizations, share your interests. It's not literally only to look at the LinkedIn from the perspective of looking for jobs, but how to engage, how to be engaging in the platform as well. I use for free. I have more than 1,000 people as my connections and I never pay for it. So one of the things when I do a session, I always say you don't need to pay for it because it's really a platform that you can use without having any money involved, what is very important. So the first thing I want us to look and start to think about is why LinkedIn? Why should I care? Why should I actually have LinkedIn? So the first thing I want to talk about is who is not on LinkedIn? Today, as we see and as we understand, AI is taking over, and there will be a day where there is people who understand AI and who doesn't probably won't have jobs. So we need to understand the importance of being online, on having a presence. And when I say a presence, you don't want to be found from your potential employer in a picture on Facebook, on your vacation with a drink in a beach setting. That's not what you want to. You want to be founded in a proper suit, in a proper picture, with your background showing that you're actually a serious person. So I had a little bit of just looking at what is the numbers of people looking, and Tana, we have got so many search results. That means something to me. I think you must be thinking what that means. So it means that there is so many other articles. There are lots of companies, for example, Indeed, all this business, they are also posting their jobs on LinkedIn, recruiters looking at LinkedIn, employers looking at LinkedIn. So I did a quick research, literally just to show today, at the moment, if you put on Google, LinkedIn, that's all you will get. That's the amount, 105,000 search results with all sorts of varieties of information. So that's why we actually should really care about it. But again, why? Why should you really care about? Because data, and I really appreciate that you had finished your degree, so you should love data. I love data. So data is very important. And as you can see, that's a little bit of information regards how many people, what are the amount of connections, what are the recruitment percentage looking at, and when they actually look at how they feel about it. It's not just being there, it's how are you there? How do you sell yourself there? How you put yourself forward on LinkedIn? So this is just a little bit about information. The university at GBS, we do care about, making sure that you also add information regards to your degree. What was your partnership? So we're going to go through all these little details of how to make yourself very institutional on LinkedIn. So this is just a little bit of a taste of trying to, if you haven't got one, convince you to have one after this session. Again, a little bit of data. Recruitment, 10,000 people today. Every minute, 7 people are being hired there. So that makes a really big number. And the other data is like 75% of recruiters look at your LinkedIn and recruit people because they think that you're more professional. So what that means, if you don't have a LinkedIn, they can't actually see before hiring you that you are a professional. So that's a big point for you to think about how you want to be seen. So this is for me the most important part on LinkedIn, how we wanted them to have a perception about us. So our agenda today, I'm going to keep it very simple because we're going to go to action very soon. That is actually really looking and talking about it. So first we're going to talk about creating, for those who didn't, photo, why having a picture, what having a background makes in terms of difference in your LinkedIn page, how to use your about, how to use your profile to actually really push the search engineering behind the scenes to bring your LinkedIn profile to the front of the page where, for example, if I'm looking for a careers consultant, if I use a lot my profile, if I actually have a strong profile and an about, people are going to find me. So my name is going to be there for recruiters to find. How you add your employment, your education, make sure your education and employment are all filled out. How to look for jobs, that's the fun of it. I love, even if I'm not looking for jobs, I'm always looking for jobs because it's nice to know how much is the concurrence is paying, all the new opportunities. So you do need always be looking for jobs. That's a big advice. Network. So we're going to talk a little bit about how really effective network, as we discussed, not just following organizations, maybe follow charities, follow causes that you are interested, be active, how to be polite when you are connecting with someone. If you send a message, it sounds more polite for you to actually just instead of connect, and how to use LinkedIn at your CV. That's a key part, is make sure that when you have your CV sent to an employer, you have your LinkedIn with your email address, so then the employer can open your CV and straight away click on the magic link of your LinkedIn. That's all what I really want to make sure that we have as an agenda today. And after this, we're just going to go for action. So I really want to make sure that we got this right. Okay, so this is Jane on a nutshell. And this could be you, could be how you want to show yourselves and how you want to present yourselves. First thing I want to make sure that you can see here, I'm going to be looking at this side, but I'm here with you, okay? Don't go anywhere. Perfect. So here, when you set your LinkedIn, the first thing you want really to have is a picture and a banner. Why a picture and a banner? Think about LinkedIn like a website. How boring it is, a website that you can't see what it's about. So if I go to buy clothes, I want to see clothes. I want to see fashion. If I want to go to look for plants, I want to see green. So think about what you want to sell, and visual is everything. People eat with their eyes first before looking at the plate. So do the same on LinkedIn. Think about how would you like to have your first impression. So my first impression here is welcoming people to my portfolio. I consider myself an entrepreneur. So everything I do, including working for other people, it is to be an entrepreneur. My banner has information about myself, about my brand. What is your brand? Let's say you are in technology. What should be a picture that you should use behind here that would remind people technology? If you are in construction, what picture could you add here that shows that you are in construction? So definitely I'm going to go around some other people here and we're going to look and check and talk about more, but very straightforward. First impression matters. So the banner, the picture. The picture, if you don't have a picture, you are a ghost. What you are hiding? We are all beautiful people. We are all beautiful people that needs to be secure, that putting a picture means I'm here for you. I'm here to be scrutinized because that's what an employer does. So a good eye contact, a professional picture, make sure that, it's not too much. It's not your whole body. I have seen so many LinkedIn pictures that the people put their whole entire body. What that means, it takes the focus from eye contact. So, and it brings people to things like background. I have seen pictures with people, for example, there was a fire exit behind them. What? I couldn't stop to look at the fire exit. Literally, I want to exit their profile straight away. So a message behind that is so no, is no. So what you want is really an empty space behind you because do you want them literally look at your eyes. A good smile, I'm looking at you, you're looking at me. That's me advice for you. Have a good picture. You don't need to be a professional picture. This is my daughters took a picture for me on my garden. We did a bit of blurry. There you go. Not so boring, but nothing that can take your eye and look somewhere else other than on my face. So this is the first advice. There are many pictures, examples on LinkedIn, online that you can have a look, but the basics are make sure that you have a picture that is not your full body, that doesn't sell the company where you work. You are not here to sell the company where you work with the banner behind it. You can use yourself on your LinkedIn to talk about your company, to talk about their values, but not behind the picture. The picture needs to be you. It's all about you. Okay, so here this is our first impression. When we get to these little pens, that's where the magic happens. So here you open a page where you can add, edit, and my apologies of many of you have got already LinkedIn, and I'm literally just bothering you with basics. But this clicks here, change your cover image. If I go to my picture, this is something very important. Am I looking for jobs? I'm open to work. I'm hiring. This is a very good feature. Some people say, oh, I don't want to look desperate. You don't need to look desperate being open to work. You always can be working for someone else and be open. Yeah, recruiters would kind of look this in a way that, okay, I could approach to Jane, but if I want to be, it's up to you. If you want to literally just leave as it is, I'm going to leave as it is. So otherwise, yeah, looks like that I'm looking for a new job. So I will leave as it is, but it's up to you. I would advise you to change if you are active looking for a job. If you are working for the company and you are open, doesn't look really nice. Yeah, so think about what your boss could think looking at your profile as well and think, oh, you are open to work. So what are you doing here? So it might be not really nice, but you always can when you're looking active for a job. Then we're going to talk now about a little bit of this bit here. This bit here, when I click here, it's called your profile. So here is basically your name. Yeah, use your pronouns. I think for everybody here, it's very important that we are in a world that people respect each other. So using your pronoun is kind and shows that you are updated person. Yeah, you're not from the caves. People from the caves don't understand pronouns. So let's put your pronouns. Show yourself as a modern person. And then you got something really good that is here. What is your headline? Your headline means where I'm up to. It's not your job description. Please don't put your job description there. Your position at work, the name of your company. What you are about. I'm enthusiastic about delivering careers information advice and guidance. So yes, I'm a careers consultant qualified for that. I am passionate about empowering people on their careers. So for that, I work with education and I had my own business. I'm a very entrepreneurial person. So I have here entrepreneurial advice on social mobility. So what that means, literally, so much blah, 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 Jane. What do you mean by that? I mean is every single word here counts on something that's called algorithm. So the beautiful algorithm doing is getting words from my profile and is showing to back recruiters. Jane is interested in entrepreneurship, project management, and careers consultancy. These keywords, social mobility, these keywords really will make a difference when someone actually is going to get and actually start to feed you with jobs. So this is one of the bits that I want to show you. And then the second part now. Okay, so we got this. We're going to go to my about. Again, about is a session that before it was straight away, but now you have to add, and then you just go here and add profile section. You click there and you can add your about. If it's not obvious when you open, you can just add. My advice is definitely have an about. An about, again, click the pen, you are there for about. An about is really where when you have a CV that you have your little resume, it's you have to have 5 lines. But here there is no word counting. This is not an assignment from your lectures. So it's not too long, but really talk about yourselves. One of the important parts that I see and I analyze on about is be personal. People like people. People work with people. So if you have interests, for example, I have interest about entrepreneurship, so I talk a little bit about my experience in business. I'm Brazilian, so I disclose on that part that I'm Brazilian. So this is just a little bit of to not be just so business description. You don't want to look like a job description of yourself. Okay, so I did this, I did that, I did that. Doesn't look good, doesn't look human. And when I'm saying human, there's another bit. Don't put any unhuman AI to write for you because they don't have your taste, they don't have your flavor, they don't know you. So you think that sounds good, say, specialist in procurement. If you don't know what procurement means, it's not making any favor to you, put those words there. Rather you be straightforward, use your own words, proper grammar, correct information. If there is, for example, if there is anything that needs to be on capital letters, any name, please by all means, it's very important to use this correctly. Brazil, yeah, it's not with the B, that's not capital B. So make sure that is grammatically correct and you're already smashing it. Be personal, talk about your experience, talk about a little bit about yourselves and your interests. If you have interest in marketing, talk about being passionate about marketing. So just a little bit of more personal. I also added my email at the end, just in case if they want to, instead of contact me through contact me, they could actually always contact me, but you also can add your email here, straightforward, they could look at. Okay, so this is the two parts that I really want to reassure you that when you are doing it, you will have these as the places where you're going to have your algorithm there reading. Okay, so this is where these two bits are. And then after that, what I want to go through is your experience. Your experience is, it should be what you have on your CV, on your LinkedIn. LinkedIn is literally like, is endorsing your CV. So if there is a job that is on your experience, but is not on your CV, the question is, why is not on your CV? CVs, we add the relevant information because we need a 2-page CV. But on LinkedIn, there's not one page, there's not another page, there's all this space. So you don't need to be economic. There's no word counting, okay? Don't be economic. Expand. I love the word expand. I am an immigrant, but I learned some words in English that are very interesting. And expand is a beautiful word. Explain what you did. Talk about achievements. So let's scrutinize Jane expanding. This is a little bit about the skills. So I added here my employment. When I add my employment, see how beautiful GBS brand comes here. And also GBS brands has their logo here. So it shows my brand as an employee. What gives credibility? So here, let's go. I added again with the pen. I opened the pen. For those who have got it, apologies if I'm bothering you with the pen, but for those who don't have one, it's nice to know where to edit. You get the pen and then you go for it. I added first my core skills, what means what do I use at GBS the most to have this job? For example, something very popular is called caseload KPIs. Everybody loves one. So there you go, we have got here. And then I go for a little bit of what are the work that I have done, what is the impact. For example, if you work in a construction site and you had open work with 25 people and you had improved some processes inside, talk about on the impact, not just put here, I did this, I did that, I do that, but also what that meant to the company, to the business. Here, remember, no word counting. So sell yourself higher, because might be the case of the employer don't even look at your CV if you have your LinkedIn. They're going to go and they're going to look at your LinkedIn. Another feature of the LinkedIn that's very good, I would advise is, so every employment you can add. Here I have another employment, and then here I have another employment, and it goes on and on, all the companies that I had work. And as you can see, I talk a lot and I expand a lot. Expand. Talk about your jobs, about your work. If you had a business in the past, talk about your business. What did you do at your business? So this part is going to be all about your employment. One of the features on LinkedIn that people don't use much, and I will advise you, remember I talk about using as a website, yeah? Color, nice, look like a website. So if it is a website, what can you do? You can actually show media on it. What do I mean by that? I mean that you can have things to prove what have you done. You are events organizer, okay? And you organize events, take pictures, document, and post on your LinkedIn. So this is some of the things that I have done. And sometimes, for example, I have done a training on AI. I got a certificate of I am on a Guinness Book of AI. Of course, I'm going to put on LinkedIn. That's obvious that I want to show off. So if you have got, I got presents from students, that's also personal, a little bit of professional, a little bit of personal. So you can add yourself all this information. In another jobs, for example, for this one, I have done apprenticeship career fairs. So I got lots of people coming to my career fairs. So I added information from events that I organize. Why I do that? Because then my LinkedIn looks like a website. Even if you don't have a website, you would have something that shows what you have done. That is something very important as a careers advisor that I advise my clients is have a portfolio is fundamental. Whatever job you do, have a portfolio. Treat yourself like the creative industry professionals. Do a portfolio for yourselves. So if I organize an event, if I did a talk, if I participate in something and I document, when you are talking to employers in the interview, this can illustrate. And if it is on your LinkedIn and if they have seen it, that's even better because then it will be like a conversation. Okay, so it's going to be much easier for you to actually sell yourself if you have a strong LinkedIn. And if your employer goes there, you can talk about that event, about that AI competition that you win, and you can go in a way that they know because they saw there. So that's a very important point for you to make. Other than having, a strong information, we're going to go obviously to get your education set. So here, education, I studied at Westminster University. So I have my information from Westminster. I have done my careers guidance training, but I actually have done more education. For those who are not from this country, listen to me. Whatever you have done in life is yours. Add. I have done, for example, as much as incredible it could be, I was in 99, maybe you had not born, but I was an accountant. I did an accounting. So that's very important because it shows what the employers are looking. It's called transferable skills. It's a fancy word for saying I know a lot of things. Okay, it's a very fancy word here to say I know lots of different things. So I know about accounting because I have done in 1990 an accounting. So that's good. I have studied here in this country, but I have studied GCSEs on my country mathematics. My country is there with the information and then information from studies in the UK. And I want to show this again. For example, Westminster Kingsway College was one of the places where I study. Okay, I did my foundation. So for those who did foundation, Jane also did foundation. That's how I started my education. But what I did is I did events there. I organized events there. Again, as you can see, I'm able to show that's me with hair. But I can show you that actually I have done it. Things that I have done as a student. This is one of the conference. I organize runs around the squares, events with people like Levi Roots. So if you have done things at GBS, again, you can add media. If you are a student representative or if you were a student who did an employability awards, add your information on your education. If you have done, let's say your dissertation has taken you to do 150 interviews with business people, add information. If you have a nice, let's say, graph where you show the data, the trends, add the graph, show your potential on Excel, on doing graphs, on analyzing data. That is all counting a favor of your interview being easier. Everything that you can make for your interview be easier is better. Yeah, trust me. So you're gonna be stressful anyway. So better have some things to back up you instead of just you talking about you. Looks like, my mom endorsing me here. I know. I do lots of, talks about, but when I go to interviews, I'm shaking myself every
I
time.
don't believe you, Jane, that you're ever
I do.
nervous. And I've never seen a picture of Jane with hair, and I love going to go back and have another look at that in a minute. Suleiman's just asked in the chat, can
Yes,
I
go
upload
on.
my qualifications on LinkedIn? And that bit that you were just showing, that was perfect timing, Suleiman. I think you must have known that Jane was about to show that section. But as you say, that section at the bottom, your education and any of your certificates and any of your qualifications, you can put all of them on there, can't you? No matter what, how big or how small. So, Suleiman, I hope that answers your question. Please feel free to jump in if not, or if you've got any follow-up questions. One thing I did want to ask, Jane, if you have got qualifications from another country, because I'm sure everyone's got them, and we've got such a diverse range of students that you've got qualifications from other countries, especially those that are sort of school years and kind of
Mhm.
earlier than that. So you've put your GCSEs, and is it just that that level of qualification is equivalent to a GCSE in the
Yes,
UK, and that's why you've put that? Because I
yes.
think that's such a good idea. Like, don't be fearful to put that qualification on there. If you can do a bit of research on Google and you can check what the sort of UK equivalent is, and if
Yes.
you're looking for work in the UK, absolutely put that on there as a qualification. I think that's such a good idea.
Yes, I add and I advise you, even if it's not translated, you can translate afterwards when they require, but having it there, like I have an accounting degree, I didn't translate it, it costs money, but it's there. If someone requires in employment, perfect. I go there and I translate, but is there the information so then they can see it. Okay? So, Suleiman, if you have questions, you can unmute yourself as well. Okay? Don't worry. You can just stop and say, Jane, I have a question. Are we all good from this bit of creating, developing, using as a website, just a more alive, interactive one? Yes. So now what I want to cover in our more in depth is obviously we have got GBS Alumni. So we do have also our page where I recommend you to follow us, to connect with us. We have got here students that like yourselves are connecting, are networking, and this is something that I want to show you. We have a page where you can actually For example, you have the event from today, I think is already here, the event from today that you join. But if you want, there is other systems. For example, we have a system that's called Handshake. You as a student, I believe as alumni also can use. You have got here masterclass information. We have connect with us on LinkedIn. So this is very important. Connect with us on LinkedIn. This is our YouTube channel. So these are all ways of you connecting with us. I think Kate put on the chat for us. So there is a link that you can use at the end here. But I want just to show you that we have a page here where we can have, for example, our magazine was a lovely magazine from the summer. So if you have, for example, if you are in a job now, get in touch with us. We would love maybe to do an interview, put you in the magazine 2025. Be a star. Be a star means you have something to actually come here and post here. Hey, I am on a magazine of as a great alumni with a great job. Don't be shy. Don't undersell yourselves. And now we're going to look at something very important, that is jobs. Jobs. That's my focus here, actually. So let's keep now the eye on the ball, as we say, and think about work. Okay, so when we're going to look for work after having this strong LinkedIn, this whole beautiful profile, what's going to happen is the algorithm is going to look back and check everything we have and is going to feed us. So this is literally what is feeding me. It's feeding me careers, 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 consultants, careers, 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 jobs, jobs, jobs. Jade is getting jobs, jobs, and jobs. And there is pages and more pages and more pages. And I'm telling you, more pages. So if you are not shocked, I am shocked. But what is happening is the algorithm is looking and is saying, okay, there is jobs for Jane. Let's post here for her from all sorts of business. Okay, let's go to career development coach. When I click at any of these ones, there you go. I have got the job here in front of me. 5 people had applied. That's a good information. When you go to Indeed, you don't get this information. Even you sometimes don't get even a response. Let's face. Okay, so better here than Indeed. When you look at apply, before you're doing any, this one has the salary, not too bad, has the hours, has a lot of information. But what I really want is, I want to go to the company. My advice is, do not easy apply without first looking at the company. Follow the company. You don't want to apply without following them on LinkedIn. How shame on you if you apply and they go on LinkedIn and you are not even following them. Oh, well, you're not really caring, are you? So follow them is step number 1. Step number 2 is look at their LinkedIn. You didn't apply yet. Calm your nerves. Don't get nerves and say apply, apply, apply. Wait, wait, wait. First, you're going to look, who is Dorset Software? First, do I want to actually work for them? Very important. Yeah, even work is difficult. We do want to work for people that we have ethical concerns in common, that we have some sort of, things in common. Otherwise, you're not going to sell yourself in an interview enough to get the job. So let's see, this is an IT company. I'm already following them, but I want to see what they are about. So you can have a look on what they are about. You can have a look on their website. You can look at how many employees. Oh, how cool. This information don't get on a website. Are they big? Are they small? So where are they? Usually you're going to have more information on LinkedIn than on their website. But then, okay, let's go for it. And then you look at their website. The last thing you want is get in touch. Have a look. Let's have a look if they have got offices that I can contact. Do they have emails? Oh, interesting. They have a phone. They have email. Let me come back here on my LinkedIn and then go to my own page. And then I would decide if I apply for them or not. But before doing all this search for information about the company, where are they? I don't want to just apply because look, I discovered that they are all the way in Dorset. I don't want to go to Dorset. So why I'm going to lose my time doing apply, 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 apply? So one of the things very important to use LinkedIn for jobs is do intelligent research before applying for the jobs. Let's go again. A second thing that I want to show that's really good is, okay, I have here more careers, more careers, more careers. But let's say I'm bored of careers, okay? Don't want to be careers anymore. Let's have a look on what they have. They have trainee qualified careers. I said I don't want careers. Okay, do they have something else they are sending to me? Employer advisor. Okay, is this what? Ingenious. This is a company. This is less careers consultant. So here I have something else that is about career progression, coaching, and education. Is a little bit less than careers. And then I have something even more interesting here, employment and training. I don't want to do a careers advisor role, but I have skills that I could use on training. How cool that would be. If you are not 100% sure all the options when you got your degree, that's very important. I did business management and I'm in education. Why? Because a degree is a broad door to whatever place you want to go in. Okay, you pass that door having the degree, and then there is a universe. Think about employment as options. So you could work in construction, but you could work in healthcare. You could work in management systems in IT companies. This employment, for example, is for a council, and it is about training advisors. So it would be something that I want to look around. Obviously, as we just discussed, I can save for later, or I can go about, check all the information. Obviously, remember, follow them, follow them, go to their page, look at what they are posting. Let's have a look on what they are posting. Oh, okay. They are posting about their people. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, regional. So there are people that actually work for this company. You can look at the people working, what they are posting, what they have worked before. My point here is when you are looking for jobs, what you can do is you can really scrutinize the company, their values, what kind of posts they do. So then when you go for an interview, you have much more to talk about. When you are doing your cover letter, remember that cover letter is a tailored letter that goes with your CV. You can talk about how you feel that working for a council that has great services for kids, amazing libraries, just by the video and the information that you got on their LinkedIn, you could be standing out better because you already know a little bit of what they are about. So apply for a job is not apply. Do this is a no, no, no. You go there, you make sure you understand the business, you read the job description fully, you check what are they offering, what the benefits, yeah, you want to know everything before you send the apply, or you do a huge form and then you go without actually having any advantage on it. So jobs covered, you all got to think about another part that is let's find people. So here I'm going to find Jack. Jack, I got you, Jack. So there you go. You found Jack. You can find Jack. You can find Kate. You can find all of us on LinkedIn. By all means, you all can connect with me on LinkedIn. Yeah. And then we can check about, okay, Jack, you need a profile back. Jane is giving advice online. Sorry. Okay. So you can have a look on
Jane,
what
I don't have
people.
one either.
So how
I've just written it down today. I need to do quite a bit of work on my LinkedIn. So thanks.
so
Even if no one else has got
okay.
anything from today, I
You
have.
can look up people employment. How daring, how good.
I
So
know.
I can literally go, okay, fancy university. Let's have a look on his degree. Yeah, I told I was going to scrutinize you. You said I could. So Jack, you are, my. So first of all, the point is, let's say anyone want to put in a chat a category that I could look here as a business? Any different business? Okay, let's go for Unilever.
Jane, Suleiman's asked about specific advice for applying for jobs in the Middle East. So I
Okay.
don't know if there's, I mean, I would say, tell me if I'm wrong, but I would say that all of this applies regardless of the country that you're in, because LinkedIn is international.
Yes, it's
But is there like a
international.
specific, maybe Suleiman, you're welcome to unmute and let us know if there's a specific sort of industry that you're looking in. Maybe that's a great one for Jane to have a look at.
Yep. So what I would, for example, here, the first thing I would advise you, Sullivan, is make sure that you got at least a good, background research. What companies I want? Is a petrol, is an oil company in the Middle East? What is, and then you're gonna find them here. For example, there are companies that are international, so they are all over the place. I put here Unilever because it's one of the companies that I know they are everywhere. America, UK, Europe, East Europe, everywhere you will find a Unilever company that you could follow, and then it comes around Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Nestle, and all these ones. So it's more about thinking about the company, because the companies, they're going to show where actually they are based. So companies on Middle East, to be honest, I never actually had Google it, but you always can just go there and put Middle East. Middle East jobs. This is literally Jane improvising, yeah? Okay, senior, Arabia, okay. Key account manager, okay. So let's see if they give me people as well. Okay, there is some people here that you might be interested. 8,000 professionals across Middle East are already. Okay, that sounds interesting. So then I have another one here. It's called Careers in Dubai. Oh my gosh, there we go. There you go, exciting. Okay, Sullivan, hold on a chair. We are looking for a recruiter for you in Middle East. All right, so careers in Dubai. Ta-da!
This is
Who
Jane
doesn't?
live in action, ready to
eh,
go. Test Jane to
Uh,
find you a job. She'll find you a
so
job live.
apply
Thank you so much.
Dubai. Yeah, talk to me. Talk to me. Unmute yourself and talk to me, Sullivan. So literally we found a recruiter. So what we do, okay? Remember Jane talking about what should we do? We follow them. First step,
Follow them.
follow them. If you speak a language, by all means,
I do.
add here.
I speak
Okay,
Arabic, yeah. Writing,
there
yeah.
you go.
Writing,
Straight away here,
writing
you're
and
gonna
spoken, yeah.
put fluent in Arabian
Arabic,
language.
yes.
Exactly. Perfect. So you get 2 points now. You are
Yeah.
perfect English speaker as well as their language. 2
Yes.
points. Stands out from the people who want to work there, but don't have the language. So you have got a better
Yes.
chance than many. So let's see what we do here. We first okay, I want to see. There are no jobs right now. Why there is no jobs right now? Because probably they don't publish jobs, okay? They are actually with their website. Applydubai.com. They want us to go to their website. But how do you find a website like that if you don't have a LinkedIn? You can't. Your search is
Absolutely.
literally much more difficult. So now you are on the place. Now we are talking the talk. There you go. So we can look at remote jobs, we can look flexible jobs. Are you planning to move there? For example, industry-wise, what kind of industry, what kind of regions they have here? The name, let's say Fancy Qatar. Okay,
Qatar, yeah.
Fancy Qatar. And then what kind I'm looking for? I don't know what industry are you looking for?
Let's Qatar Airways.
So you did business and tourism, let me guess.
Tourism management, yes, please.
Tourism management. Perfect.
Yeah,
So as you
yeah.
can see here, some of the things you can search on the website, you can find people to actually, you see,
Yes,
employers,
I see, yes.
but you can add your resume. So what you need to do actually is add your resume, okay? just make sure that you add your resume when you are looking for. There you go. You register, you log in, you create, you put your resume, and then they're going to be able to show you jobs. This is literally, we did in 2 minutes looking at LinkedIn. As you can see, it's all down to yourselves to also be curious. Yeah, jobs in Middle East. Okay, let's type, let's see what's come out, and then go for it, follow up, and obviously you don't want to apply without having all your LinkedIn ready. That's the most important part. You really want to have your LinkedIn ready. So one of the things that I have is I have some lots of students that I actually had helped to do the LinkedIn, and they created their LinkedIn account. Let's see if I found one here that is in one of my accounting people, accounting and finance.
And
That's nothing to do with
Jane,
yours.
if
Yeah,
people might want help with their LinkedIn, it's something that they can book in with a careers consultant, isn't it? So if anyone is
definitely.
interested, it could be Jane, it can be one of our other careers consultants. It's completely free. That's a service that we offer for you guys as graduates forevermore. So you don't lose that service. But so if
Exactly.
you are interested, please just drop us an email. We'll get you booked in with somebody and they can talk you through the process of start to finish, how to set up your LinkedIn, all of that about section that can help you draft that and really kind of maximize your chances of success.
Exactly. The most important is, you don't need to know everything. There are lots of big names that when I go to their LinkedIn's, I'm like, really? They are sometimes in management, I've seen all, and they haven't got the time to develop it. I don't know if they don't see the point to have it, but as we just show here now, by having someone who is used to do, always posting, always active, you will find more jobs that are suitable for you, that want to utilize your skills. And as alumni, you can get back to us here. You can contact Kate for a meeting with one of our careers consultants. It can be online like we are doing here. We share the screen. I can scrutinize. I'm very good on scrutinizing. I can scrutinize your LinkedIn. I can say, you need a bonnet. Expand there. There are lots you can do. And I know time is the essence of life. Time is money. But if you don't put the time, you don't get the results in everything. So you put the time for your degrees, you put the time for 2,000 words assignments every here and then. Put the time for develop yourself outside. And we started today literally just, recapping, talking about the world is online. We are here. People are in Birmingham. People are all over the place, and we are here connected. I feel your energy. I hope you felt my energy in the other side. So it's so important to be online with a good online presence. You have to market yourselves, and one of the best ways is having a really strong presence with your LinkedIn. And it's free. The best thing is free. Yeah. Think about that. You do not pay a word. So maybe, in a Saturday, finish your work early, or one day at night, sit down. I know everybody has work, everybody has commitments, but take a little bit of time to look at it, build it, and obviously do not always just build and leave there. Every day, here and there, doesn't need to be every day. You can do twice a week. Go there, check, post something nice, repost something from a company if you don't have anything to repost. So I could be here 1 hour talking about posting and reposting and making active. But my point is, everybody here, I bet that they have or Facebook or Instagram or both. And you do have the time to go there. Yeah, scrolling. This video is so fun. Oh, look at this dog. Oh my God, oh, this cat. Let's send this cat to my daughter. Duh. Yeah, take the time to go to LinkedIn. Have a look on what all the organizations, the petro organizations in Dubai are doing, what they are doing, what the big companies are doing. Let's read the article. Let's repost the article. Because when you're applying for that company that you just look at Suleiman, if you are reposting their post, if you are looking at what they are doing, if you are actually sharing as a community, you're going to be a better candidate. Okay, much stronger candidate. So be interactive, forget about the dog post, forget about the memes on, very resisting. What I did is I took out Instagram from the main page and I have LinkedIn literally in the front of I turn on my phone. The first thing is emails, LinkedIn. They are professional. They are my professional side of life. If I have time, a little bit of dog, video is always funny, but not too much. Okay, so spend your time or share your time with social media, but use a social media that's going to actually give you something exchange. Questions? I know we are on 3 minutes from the time that we plan, but I'm always happy to, answer emails as well and talk to us. Definitely. Ali, thank you very much. We chat before. I hope you had a little bit of information that will optimize what you already been doing. And Sarah, leave you if you want to have more information from us. Please, by all means, follow us on our social media. Follow us, connect with us on our alumni LinkedIn today. And Kate, do away on put something on your LinkedIn, and you too, Jack.
I promise I'll put a banner. Yeah, I'll go. It's be my homework for the rest of this week. Jane, thank you so much. Just a huge thank you for us. Jane's given up her hour for free today just to come and do this for us and for you guys. So just huge thank you to you. This is Jane's passion, which I'm sure you can all see.
It's a pleasure.
And thank you to all of you guys for taking an hour out and just, as Jane says, investing an hour in you. It's not something you'll regret. Please come on to the next one. If there's a specific session that you'd like to see, also please just let us know. We're happy to do whatever will be useful for you guys, whatever will help you as best as we can. We've found Suleiman a job now today, so we'll find another one for anyone else.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so happy. I'm definitely I'm gonna delete my Facebook. I'm just gonna be on LinkedIn.
There you go. And you need to let us know if you apply for something, and if you want a hand with that application, also let Jane know and keep us posted, please.
Oh,
no problem.
Yes.
Oh, my volume is back. I couldn't hear myself.
Hello, Sarah.
Hello. Yes,
Welcome.
I wanted to say thank you. So, if for me, I'm not on social media at all. If I have to pick two social media platforms, so you mentioned LinkedIn, and which other one could I just if I have to pick only two for now?
No, you don't need to pick any
It's
other
just the
than
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. If you haven't got
for the
none,
profession.
LinkedIn is the professional one.
Okay.
What we are always tempted is go to the ones that are for fun. The Instagram, the famous Instagram. So that's what everybody does. When you're looking people with the heads down, they are on Instagram.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a good platform, but it's for socialize. LinkedIn is for focus and it's for looking for jobs. And not just, even if you have a job, everybody here has jobs, but I have a job, but I'm on LinkedIn because I want to keep interacting, keep yourself very employable.
Yeah, I saw on GBS community, on the events list, one of them was on Instagram. So I was like, oh, so I need to register for that.
Oh, you are on Instagram.
No, I don't have Instagram. So that's why I was like, saying, is that a professional or a social event? There was one on Instagram, something.
They're the same events, Sarah. So we post the same things on all of our platforms to make sure that it reaches everybody. So if you're on a LinkedIn and you see us on LinkedIn, that's fine. You'll see everything that you need. So you don't. If you want to have an Instagram, great. But I think, like as Jane says, you won't miss anything from us if you just have LinkedIn. We ensure it goes on there.
Well, Jen started to help me some months back. Sorry, I need to restart this now. The LinkedIn. I remember
Yes.
saying about that. Yeah.
Yes, Sarah, I think it would be
Okay.
really good for you to actually, take serious now and go for
Mm,
it.
I will. Thank you.
Perfect.
Learned a lot.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you
Yeah.
for
Thank
all of
you.
you for your time, for your dedication. And please, by all means, get in touch, open your account, and start to follow us and connect with us.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a
Okay?
lovely evening. See you next time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Bye.
much.
See you
Bye.
later.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you, guys. Have a good evening. Bye.